What's going on, everybody? McFarland here, the Lake Fork Fishing Guide. Out here on beautiful Lake Fork, home pond. Exhausted. I'm absolutely exhausted. I have emptied my fuel tank this week. I've had half-day trips, 2 half-day trips every single day this week. Spilled my guts to my clients. Some cool things have happened. Showed quite a bit of guys some really good stuff. All my clients have pretty much sent me pictures of catching fish after the fact that I've showed them what I've showed them. One guy said he's got a new slogan. It's called "Mike was right." It was really cool, made me feel really cool. But listen, it's fishing tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. The fish are scattered from 0 to 22 feet of water. I'm going to break it into 3 stages for you: 0 to 5, 8 to 12, 18 to 22. Those are 3 zones that you should probably be focusing on. Shallow water, top waters. Mid-range, Texas rig worms, shaky heads, Carolina rigs. Deep water, big worms and big jigs. That's really where you want to be. It's really interesting that there's no pattern. It's hit and miss. It really is hit and miss. And where you catch a fish today, you may not tomorrow. So just kind of run and gun. Right now, I don't really have anything like patternistic that I can even repeat throughout the lake. Maybe some of the deep stuff. The deeper stuff is a little more patternistic. But pay attention to your wind directions. I want to ask you to do a couple things. The lake is low. It's 39707, 6 feet low. Fishing this tournament, first of all, I wish you great luck. I wish you safe luck. Here's what I want you to do. When you're running the buoys, run the buoys only. Don't run much of the guide lanes. Guide lanes are when you buy the chip, one of the chips from the store that shows you the routes and trails. The guide lanes are the non-buoyed lanes that you have marked. Don't run those unless you really know what you're doing. When you're running the guide lanes, there's 2 things I want you, the buoy lanes, the 2 things I want you to do. Before you stop in those buoy lanes, look behind you. Make sure no one's coming up on you. If you're clear behind, just kind of tuck off and shut down. Idle the rest of the way. There's so many boats in this. There's 1,000 boats in this. If you got somebody behind you, wave your arm. Let them know you're going to slow down. Because there's a lot of times you're in those buoy lanes, you cannot just pull out. You'll hit stumps. So what I'm saying is don't shut down in the buoys without knowing what's behind you. I'm begging you to do that. I want safety. There's 1,000 boats, 2,000 of you fishing. I'm begging and praying for God's protection on this lake this weekend. All right? I love you guys. The original subscription to my channel, you mean a lot to me, as well as the members mean to me, just as much, okay? So keep that in mind. Safety first. Go easy. Again, fish-wise, I've kind of given you some decent information when I tell you the 0 to 5 and 8 to 12 and 18 to 22. I told you the baits, top waters, worms, jigs, Carolina rig. I really kind of told you some things. I hope that is enough. You can experiment with that yourself. If you really want to know what's sitting right down here on the deck, you got just enough time. If you subscribe right now, you can watch my members only. I'm going to shoot a members only. And on the right side, I got reaction. On the left side, I got my plastics. And it covers everything, exactly what we're throwing right now, exactly what we're catching fish on this week. It's valuable, all right? So I'm inviting you to come to the members only. Subscribe for 1 month and unsubscribe. All right, $4.99. I know you spend more money on dang Twinkies and donuts in the store and a thing of coffee tomorrow morning. So throw $4.99 away on a members only rundown. You get it the whole month. If you're here for the Berkeley, you might want to keep it for next month. It's valuable, good information. Not only do I give the baits that are right here on the deck, but I just told you the depths, 0 to 5 for top waters and things, 8 to 12 for the deeper, a little deeper, and then your 18 to 22, I give the locations. So members only is coming up right after this. They get the real goods. They get exactly what even all my clients got to have this week, with the exception of waypointed spots. I don't give waypointed spots. I give general areas by using the rule of 3, all right? I'm looking at some cool baits right here. Some really cool reaction baits, and I'm looking at some really cool soft plastic baits and things that are working and catching fish right now on the world famous Lake Fork. Again, please be careful this weekend. Have a good time. Remember a couple of the rules: 16-inch and under It cannot touch 16. Cannot touch 16. Don't bring in a 16-inch fish. You'll get disqualified and you'll get a ticket. Second, the big fish, it's got to be touching 24 or over 24. Not under, touching 24. Pinch the tail, flip the fish over, make sure it does it both ways, okay? Sometimes they'll let you go on one side or the other. A lot of times they want to make sure it does it with both on the over. But that's it right there. Bob Seeley event's going to be a good one. Look how gorgeous it is. Look at all that wood and trees out there, man. When the lake's this low, it's a little spooky. Be careful. I'm Mike McFarland giving you a Lake Fork rundown. God bless.